Hey guys, welcome back. In this week's video, I headed into the jungles of Indonesia to complete a 10-day silent meditation course called Vipassana. There's no talking, no eye contact, no cell phones, no pen or paper. And what's also crazy is that it is completely donation-based. And at the end of this video, I will talk more about some commonly asked questions about Vipassana so that you can decide if this is something that's right for you to do as well. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, I'm here at the check-in desk now, so I have to give them my phone, so I'll see you guys in 10 days. I'm back! 10 days later, I'm still alive, and I am better than ever. Before I get into all of that, what I was doing, I'll show you guys my room, because I have to leave soon. So here's my bed. That is my roommate's bed, and this was our room for the past 10 days. It was so nice. Right outside our door, there's a river that runs through. And so this was my view every day. We would walk across this bridge, go down here, and then we would meditate all in this area here. I met so many amazing women during this course, and even though we were only able to speak to each other for about one full day, we all felt so close to one another and were able to bond over this huge thing that we all just accomplished. I just want to first say that I am sharing my personal experience with this course, and people take this course for all different kinds of reasons, and everyone has a different outcome. So it's important not to have certain expectations for this course and kind of just let whatever happens happen. So I'm not going to give away any of the specific meditation technique, because I do think it is important to kind of go into it blind and not really know what to expect like I did. So first I'll start off with why I actually decided to do this course. So I had a few friends that had completed the course in the past, and they were telling me a little about their experience and how it's just a really good way to kind of cleanse your mind and reconnect with yourself. I do struggle with anxiety. I overthink things all the time, and that was really negatively affecting my life. I started noticing some patterns in my life, specifically when it came to relationships. Like the same thing was just happening over and over and over again. And I am a firm believer that the universe will keep giving you the same situation again and again until you actually learn from it. So I decided to actually do something about it and see if this was something that could help me make these changes within myself that I wanted to see. Also, if you watched my last video about my Mount Rinjani trek, you will see firsthand how I let my mind get the best of me. I don't know if I'm mentally tough enough for this. I'm gonna link the video right here in case you want to watch, because looking back on it now, it is funny. But anyway, I have always kind of struggled with that as well. Like if I'm doing a very physically exhausting activity, as soon as my muscles start to hurt, my brain shuts down and tells me I cannot go on, I cannot continue. It hurts too much, I can't do this. So those were the two things that I was really hoping to address within myself during this Vipassana experience. So now I'll go over a little bit of our schedule. So on day one, we all checked in. We did have a few hours to kind of get to know one another and chat a bit, but that evening after our first meditation, we then started our complete noble silence, which meant we were not able to speak to one another. We were not able to make eye contact or have any physical touch. Each morning we would wake up to a gong at 4 a.m. At 4:30, we'd actually have to be like up and out and starting our first meditation of the day. We had two different types of meditation. We had 2-hour blocks where we would meditate either in our meditation hall or in our room. So it was our choice, but it was usually for 2 hours. And then there was a different kind, which was mandatory 1-hour meditation in the meditation hall. So everyone had to be in the hall together during these times. And And that happened 3 times a day. In total, each day, we meditated for a total of 11 hours. We did have a few breaks here and there, and then we had breakfast and lunch. And then at 5 p.m., we had some tea and maybe a light snack or some fruit. We ended each day with a video from the Vipassana teacher himself. And then we were in bed, ready to sleep in between 9 and 10. Throughout the first 5 days, everything was very manageable. It was kind of, you just get into the groove of things and how your schedule goes, and you do get used to it. But on day 6, it gets a little bit more difficult because during the 3, oh no, it's raining. Okay. Oh man, look at the sky. Okay, pause. I'll be back after the rain. Okay, I'm back. The rain has passed. So where was I? So on day 6. Day 6 is when during those 3 1-hour-long mandatory meditation sessions each day, we had to actually stay completely still. So for the full hour, you had to choose your position that you wanted to sit in and stay in that position the whole time without moving a muscle. This was really difficult for me because even before I went into the meditation course, I had a bad back. And so just sitting in a position for that long, I would get like these spots of pain that were just like burning, and it would hurt so much. And then my knees were hurting, my hips were hurting. And it got to the point where, again, my mind was like, Claire, this is too much. You can't do this. But I just kept with the practice. Each time it was a new meditation and it was a new chance for me to try and sit the entire time without moving. And then at the end of the 8th day, I was able to sit completely still for the entire hour. That just really made me realize how much the brain exaggerates physical discomfort. Like when I trained my brain not to pay attention to the pain then became completely manageable. This was a really big moment for me during the meditation course because it was something that I wanted to learn, how not to let my mind run away so much and cause physical discomfort to be 100 times worse than it actually is. During this course, it really is just you and your brain, and it really helped me kind of tame my mind so it didn't run away as easily as it did before. And it's really helped with my anxiety and overthinking. In terms of relationships, I did kind of realize within myself, I need to stop dwelling on the decisions of others, because the only thing that dwelling on it and constantly thinking about it was doing was making me miserable. And it's like my mind was just enjoying rolling in my own misery, which was enabling me to move on from these situations. So I found that after this Vipassana experience, I have been able to just let so much go. Just let no closure be the closure that I thought I needed so much. And I've really rediscovered my self-love and not letting my happiness rely on getting love from others. So really, I had such an amazing and honestly life-altering experience through this Vipassana meditation course. I feel like such a much better version of myself, even though I do still have anxiety, I do overthink. Now I feel like I kind of have the tools to help manage it on my own much better than I did before. And I do really recommend this course to anyone who is looking to have a more clear and better relationship with themselves. And I know everyone's thinking like, oh my gosh, I don't think I could not speak or not look at anyone for 10 days. And I'm telling you, that was honestly the easiest part. I did not find that difficult at all. That being said, I am an introvert, so it was kind of like a holiday for me in a way. But no, I've heard from a lot of people who are very, very social butterflies that were in my meditation group as well, that it was actually much easier than they thought it was going to be to not speak to anyone or look at anyone for those 10 days. For me, I am a list maker. I have a lot of things going on in my head, and so it helps me a lot to like jot things down and actually see them. And so not being able to write anything down, not having a pen and paper, definitely was the hardest part for me. So you might be wondering, is Vipassana right for me? And that is completely up to you. If you do your own research and think that it's something that you may benefit from, I would highly recommend you try it. Vipassana just gives you an amazing opportunity to kind of look deeper within yourself and to let go of some of your limiting beliefs and habits. It's all about releasing the control and just looking at yourself and your life for what it currently is in the present. Not what you want it to be, not what you think your life should look like in 5 years from now, what it currently is right now. And I just think it's such a great opportunity for people to get more in touch with themselves and learn how to cleanse your mind. Okay, now for some of the most common questions, some of the questions that I had as well before I started the Vipassana. The first and the biggest question is, why is it free? So all of the Vipassana courses are donation-based, and you can only donate if you've already completed the course. So that means all of your accommodation, all of your food is covered by previous students. And one of the reasons for this is because they want to keep the purity of the course. They don't want it to become corrupted by money. They want everyone who wants to do it be able to do it and not have money be a limiting factor. Also, the idea is to kind of live like a monk or a nun. And if you don't know, so monks don't have any money. They don't eat unless someone else gives them food. So during the Vipassana, you really are just relying on the charity of others. And this kind of reduces the ego, which is responsible for a lot of misery. And the next big question is like why you're not allowed to look at anyone or talk to anyone. Now, I think this one all kind of boils down to this is your journey and your journey alone. If you're speaking with other people during the meditation course, likely you're going to be talking about your experiences, and you might start to compare your experience to someone else's and start feeling like you're behind. Someone else is having a better experience than you, which is then just putting negative thoughts inside your head. And so it's really just to keep you alone with your mind for the entire meditation course. The next question is, why can't you use a pen or paper? And we rely just so much on other objects to distract our minds. Think of just how many times your mind has been going kind of crazy, and then you just need to like look at your phone, distract it, and then that's when you get into like the death scroll, where you're just scrolling and scrolling and scrolling on Instagram, kind of mindless. Or like how I said, I just have usually so much going on in my mind, I need to write things down constantly. It's like a coping mechanism basically. And so by taking all of that away, it really forces you to stop relying on these outside things and just rely on your brain. So another big question is, what if I practice another religion? And well, that doesn't matter. Anyone of any religion can practice this. The origins of Vipassana do come from like Hinduism. However, this is not a conversion course. Basically, every person of every religion can do this because it's not based in any sort of religion. It is just helping you connect with your mind. And the last one is to how to find my nearest center. So there are actually over 200 centers located around the world. There's some in the Americas, Europe, a ton in Asia, but really everywhere. So I'm going to put the link in the description below. It's dhamma.org is where you can go and check all their locations, and that's where you can apply as well. All right, guys, so that about wraps up this video. If you guys have more questions, drop them in the comment section below and I will get back to them as soon as I can. And if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel because I have new videos coming out every single week. So thank you guys again. I will see you in the next video.